welcome. And today I want you to be focused on the words that I'm saying. That's the most important. This is my absolute first episode, so I'm glad that you're here. And I truly believe that as I develop my craft, I believe God will keep me on my sacred path. And that is how I created the title, The Sacred Path Podcast. So this is just a little something that I tell myself every day. Keep me focused and motivated. I have a confession. I literally have 4 pages that I wrote down. I outlined. It looks great. But guess what? God is literally telling me to go in a different direction. I know a lot of people, and a lot of people know me in the United States, overseas, things of that nature. But today, God is directing me to talk to a gentleman that I wish I had more time to motivate and encourage him. And I think on our first encounter, when he told me that there were some things that he was struggling with, some faith-based issues and situations and family, personal work. And I think my approach was not what he needed at that time. And so now I'm actually, if he's out there listening, wanted to share with him a few words of encouragement. If I can talk to him directly, just to kind of remind him that nothing is going to happen that you and God cannot handle. Let me say that one more time. Nothing is going to happen that you and God can't handle. God is literally your bodyguard. And He has His angels working, and we have our ancestors watching over us. So, to know that you're going through a struggle, you can get through. There is a way. There are windows of opportunity, doors of opportunity. And I have learned myself that you need to build it if it's not showing up. God wanted us to put in work also. And I always thank God myself. I say, thank you, Lord, for keeping me humble and grounded. I am grateful and thankful for what you've already done for me, what you're about to do, the things that I cannot even see, the things that I can't even comprehend for me and my family. And I know that there are more abundant blessings that are on the way to me with my name on it. And I truly believe that. I know that God is working on blessing us and protecting us and always having favor on us. And that is, we have got to keep God first. We know that God shall not let no weapon formed against us prosper. And I've been listening to some mentors, and I love this part where they say, return the sender. I love that. That was something that was taught to me. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And in my walk, in my path, I am definitely trying to be happy, healthy, and heaven bound. God knows my good heart. knows my good intentions. He knows the words that I speak to others come from a true place of goodness and spirituality. And I know that some of us are chosen. And I know that, or at least recently, that there's this mountain. I was assigned to this mountain. And I know that I am the proof to show others that it can be moved. And I often ask God to teach me, to guide me, and open my heart and my eyes as I go through this wilderness. And remember, wilderness for people can be anything. Whatever their wilderness looks like, they are going to get through it. And I ask God to show me the way. Keep me on this sacred path of righteousness. And yes, God is working on me. He is still working on me. Every day, every hour, every minute. And I don't take that for granted. And I know that sometimes I can be my own inner critic, and I don't want to stand in my own way. I don't want to be nervous. I don't want to have fear of talking to others and sharing my knowledge, my information, or being a messenger. I know God sometimes wants us to be that messenger. I'm like, Lord, I don't think that's going to be received too well. And I know I'm supposed to be that servant. Tell him anyway. And I said, okay. All right. And getting back to the gentleman that I was talking about, I wish there were moments or times that I could have connected with him to tell him that your energy is what you attract. So you really got to be careful of the company you keep, and you have to stay focused on the direction you want to go and not be deterred, not be distracted. Naturally, be careful how you treat people, because how you treat people will come back to you literally like a magnet. And I know in my own everyday, I am very thoughtful, very considerate, very humble. I always do try to give good information, the right information. And if I have made a positive impact on someone, I feel that I have done a good deed. And I would like to remind him that some things that we did in our past, of course in our younger years, really won't work anymore. As you have gotten older, as you have gotten wiser, more knowledge, you have to adjust. You have to transform to what God wants you to be. you have to walk in that, believe that. And you, sir, know what feels good for you, what works for you, what feels healthy for you, mentally, physically, spiritually. And if you don't go after what you want, you probably won't get it. And if you don't ask for it, the answer will probably always be no. And if you don't step forward, if you don't put one step ahead of the other in the direction that you want to go to advance, to succeed, you will most likely stay in the same position that you were when you started. And I just want to remind you that it's so important that you know and you decipher who is supposed to be in your life. Pray about that. Think on that. Be enlightened for new knowledge, new information. Always be open to learn more, learn new things. And I'm always trying to make sure that what I provide, the information I give, is valuable. I want to make sure that it is almost priceless. And I know, and I've again heard this from one of my mentors. They don't even know they're my mentors, but God is my goldsmith. And that when gold is extracted, it's full of dirt and things of that nature. And then it's dipped in the fire. And even a couple of times, dipped again in the fire to get refined, to get cleaned. And I know God is taking me through the fire in a couple different situations, taking me through the storm, through the tribulations, because He wants me to learn something. Oh, you haven't learned that yet? Let's get dipped again in the fire. And I know once I have learned that, once I have mastered that, then I become His piece of gold, His work of art. And I want to cherish that. And you will have a testimony. You will have that time where you can testify. Man, I was deep in the dumps. I didn't know any way out. I didn't see any way out. I didn't see any tools, any resources of how to get out of the mental turmoil that I was feeling, And so it's important to understand that God's timing, as many have said often, is not our timing. But Lord, I need it right now. I'm waiting. No. When He knows that we're ready and we have learned our lesson and we have gotten better and we have, okay, so I've learned that when I get sad or upset, you know what, I'm going to give it about 5 minutes and I have to bounce back like a tennis ball. Just be overall thankful and humble. And with that being said, considering I don't know him, where he is, what he's doing, I don't know him personally, like years or like we're friends, but I want to say, even starting today, right now, whenever you get a moment, we're going to press the reset. We're going to press the reset button so he can have a better idea of how to get through his storms, how to get through those tribulations, how to better handle, and some people are visual, how to handle a car that is sliding in the ice. Like, how would you have done that better? So right now, I would say, considering people are visual creatures, let's start with a vision board. And we're going to take our feelings out of it, and we're going to focus on what are the things that I want in my life, and actually have a vision board. And we could put the word happy, we can put the word God, we can put the Bible on this vision board, and we can put our fancy car, our big house, or just being happy and healthy. We put all of those on the vision board, put it right on the wall, big as day, put some lights on it, and that way you can see it, you can visualize it. And now we're going to step back, and as far as our mental, we are going to dedicate ourselves solely knowing that God is going to lead the way, that He is going to make our life even better, even prosperous, so that way our abundance overflows, that we can share it with others. So good that we don't even know how we got through the storm, but we did. How we made it through, so that way we have a full testimony. And that way we can share it with so many in the world. Also, we're taking the time to breathe, letting that oxygen in, flowing in our bodies, in our minds, in our spirits. And that helps to expand our thinking process, expand our horizons, which leads us to have a larger outlook on having less fear, having less anxiety, having more control with God on our decisions, on our actions, and giving ourselves an opportunity to find more resources that can work in our favor. And that way, we'll be able to almost pinpoint our future plans. And when I say our, I mean you're listening. So this also includes you as well. Our meaning your own. You are capturing your own future. And God is helping you, and God is with you, and that is in your belief. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next time. Take a moment to see our advertisers. There is a link and a QR code available. Take care. Remember to be happy, healthy, and heaven bound.